And we are back with the GSMC Wrestling Laureate podcast brought to you by the GSMC Sports Network. I'm your favorite wrestling fan here, Eric Rodriguez, every Monday night live on the GSMC Sports Network, the GSMC Podcasting Network on your YouTube. So make sure you guys Superman punch that like and subscribe button to the show so you guys can get some notifications when I go live and publish some new awesome wrestling material. Okay, so, we talk about everything on this podcast, all the action inside and outside the ring, backstage curtain calls, all the rumors, all the dramas, all the fan conspiracy theories that we absolutely love drawing up time and time again. We talk about, WWE superstars, AEW, the New Japan Professional Wrestling, Ring of Honor. If it makes major news in the world of professional wrestling, we talk about it here on this show, 1,010%. That means contract signings, contract negotiations, extensions, inactive statuses, injury updates amongst superstars. So why not become bigger, better, more of an efficient wrestling fan by subscribing to the show so we can have some awesome stuff to talk about. Also, make sure you guys hit up those comments. Definitely want to hear what you guys have to say. Whether you guys have a burning question or a hot take in terms of the world of professional wrestling, make sure you guys hit up that super chat. Already been trying to get something off your chest, if you've been dying, if you've been wanting to share something with your friends but you realize that they're not wrestling fans, so when you talk about wrestling to them, they're like, oh, isn't that stuff fake? You're like, no, it's not fake, it means a lot to us. John Cena just broke our hearts. Sorry, no, PTSD. I'm just kidding. Moving on. So don't be shy. Drop your thoughts inside that chat, and if you really want to make sure your comment, question, or concern gets noticed on air. Sorry, I got too worked up there. Make sure you guys in that little chat box hit up that $sign, which guarantees anything you guys put inside that chat box is going to be featured, talked about, maybe even debated about on the show. Something that juicy could ultimately take place of a segment. We could talk about it, have a good time, and yeah. It's a great way to support the channel. We have a lot of amazing, enthusiastic, charismatic, amazing podcasters on the GSMC Sports Network who want to give you guys all the amazing sports content that you guys love so damn much. And guess what? It's absolutely free, free. So Superman punch that like and subscribe button. Do not wait. I'll give you the Eric Rodriguez guarantee that you will never, ever regret subscribing to such an amazing sports network who want to make sure that you guys are fully sports satisfied. We are super grateful for each and every one of you guys who joins us here daily on the GSMC Sports Network. Your support makes all the difference. So let's keep this party going. Send in those super chats, those super stickers, because you guys are super awesome, and together we will make sure this podcast is the best wrestling podcast in the damn media. So make sure you guys support the channel. Like, subscribe, super chats, let's do it. Once again, if the super chat is not your thing, go ahead and hit up that tips and donations link at the GSMCpodcast.net. Tell me what you like, tell me what you don't like. Like I said, just make sure you guys Superman punch that like and subscribe button to the show. Also, here at the GSMC Sports Network, we do love a lot of peace, love, and positivity 1,010% of the time. But it's inevitable in terms of talking sports. There's going to be some disagreements. There's going to be some criticisms. There's going to ultimately be some conflicting ideologies in terms of anything basketball, baseball, football, which we offer on this podcast. But on this podcast, professional wrestling, that's what it's all about, baby. Conspiracy theories. You give me a conspiracy theory, you tell me what's going to happen, I give you mine. We mesh a little bit, we'll talk about it, we'll have fun, but at the end of the day, we're both wrestling fans, and at the end of the day, we're going to be family, family, close family, like bloodline family. So be a part of this GSMC Sports Network bloodline. Subscribe to the show. All right, so without further ado, let's go and talk about some WWE SmackDown Live. Hasn't been called SmackDown Live in quite some time, but we are live in Bologna. I want to say Bologna because the sandwich meat, Bologna. And I'm sorry for those who are listening or who are watching from outside of the United States, looking at me butcher this name, and you're like, dude, this uncultured swine. I'm just kidding. No, but let's talk about it. So SmackDown started out. We had the Apex Predator Randy Orton come out, and then ready to open up, talk about he was kind of speak on the mic, but then we had Kevin Owens come out basically saying that hey man, I was wrong. you didn't deserve that. Basically, like, Randy, don't RKO me or don't pump me in the head at WrestleMania, which we probably will be, And he said it, went from Owens fight to B Owens B, which put a smile on my face. I thought that was actually kind of funny. I thought that was pretty awesome. Kevin Owens once again reinstating the fact that Cody Rhodes and Sami Zayn deserved that beating that he gave them, but Randy did not. Randy did not 1,010%. But Randy, he's not buying into that 2-bit apology that Kevin Owens was offering on WWE SmackDown. We're gonna get a match at WrestleMania. I'm hoping. But like I said, this is the WWE Attitude Era fan in me. I want to see a stipulation. I want to see something like someone with the ambulance match. That would be pretty cool. We haven't seen an ambulance match in WWE. God, it's been some time. I think last time was NXT. Ridge Holland and Duke Hudson. No, Ridge Holland and Andre Chase. I think it was. That was the last ambulance match we had in WWE. So that'd be pretty cool. I want to see that. We have the match already written in stone at WrestleMania 41. I'm excited to see it. Can't wait. Moving on. We have a WWE. We have a tag team match. We have Damian Priest teaming up with Jimmy Uso. Obviously, before Damian Priest even made it to the ring, it was intercepted by Shinsuke Nakamura, the former WWE United States champion. And by the way, his United States Championship run, can we all just agree that it was an absolute waste of time? And I feel like, and it sucks for Shin, because he's an amazing competitor, obviously. Competed in NOAH, being all over, New Japan Professional Wrestling and stuff like that. It was a complete waste of time. And it sucks because I feel like when he came in, he kind of had a different technique, a different style, just this different overall dark persona of himself, and then, only to be featured in matches where, he would spit green mist, where you win by, by a technicality or like something cheating or something like that. And it made him look ultimately weak. And you took the belt off LA Knight just to ultimately kind of put it back on him, which, I'm not hating on LA Knight by all means. I feel like at this point, the way the WWE United States Championship picture has shaped itself, you had, Andrade and Melo go at it for 6 matches, whoop-de-freaking do 7 matches or whatever. And, you had, a rising star, the Legado del Fantasma leader, Santos Escobar, who probably, I feel like he has more to offer than what WWE is ultimately kind of stating. And then, the whole Jacob Fatu thing and the whole Solo Sikoa. The WWE United States title picture has been kind of lackluster. It's kind of made a mockery of, because, you don't really, it is a mid-card title. And when you see a mid-card title in terms of WWE, the Intercontinental Championship, the title, you don't really see it as a mid-card title, although it is. But the United States Championship, you see the people competing for it, and you're like, yeah, those guys will never win a WWE Championship. And, that kind of sucks. That's terrible. That's awful for booking, because much like a lot of wrestling fans agree that the WWE Intercontinental Championship is like the stepping stone to becoming, something better, something bigger. You're going to be a WWE champion. And then the United States Championship is more like, you're going to win it, maybe have it for a couple of months, but then ultimately lose it. You're never going to be a champion. You're never going to represent the brand. You're never going to be the face of SmackDown or Raw. Maybe push some time back in NXT. I feel like the NXT champion is more prestigious than the United States Championship, which ultimately I feel like that should be the case. But right now, Shawn Spears, man, that NXT North American champion, looking stronger than the LA Knight. Like I said, I'm not crapping on the LA Knight. I'm just overall kind of frustrated with the overall production of this United States Championship, picture. You basically had LA Knight, and you had Logan Paul first, and then you had LA Knight, and then you had basically everybody cycle around challenge for LA Knight to lose after lose, at loss after loss after loss. And then he loses it to Shinsuke Nakamura in a match that was like, why? Right off the bat. Only for him to get the champion. I don't know. Maybe, like I said, maybe it's just me. Maybe, I'm just, getting a little bit too sentimental, a little bit, oversensitive about the United States Championship, because a lot of people, okay, who are the former WWE United States champions, who's really kind of made a difference, I liked it when Kevin Owens was the champion. I thought that was pretty badass. I thought that was pretty cool. Dean Ambrose, I loved it when he held the title. But right now, I don't know. It just doesn't, it's in trouble. A lot of people don't see it that way because I feel like the WWE Championship picture is so like out of their league and stuff like that, which I feel like should not be the case. Maybe we might get a shocker with WWE, with the Money in the Bank, because our last Money in the Bank was wasted just to kind of, fuel fire into the CM Punk, Drew McIntyre feud. So, maybe we might get something different. Who knows? All right. Anyways, Drew McIntyre and Shinsuke Nakamura attacked Damian Priest before the match. After the match, Damian Priest, they picked up the victory. Drew McIntyre gets upset, owns Damian Priest. Damian Priest absolutely looks helpless. He looks so weak right now, which I don't really... maybe it's kind of building up for him to win, but I feel like he's kind of being too weak here. He kind of looks a little weak. I feel like these next couple of weeks heading towards SmackDown, he owes Drew McIntyre a knuckle sandwich or something. The LA Knight, wants to watch Braun Strowman's back. You had that promo backstage. LA Knight obviously did not know that the match later on between him and Jacob Fatu would be for the number one contendership. So, LA Knight, full babyface. We're not going to get a heel LA Knight anytime soon, which is, it is what it is. It is what it is. But if he did turn heel, I feel like maybe it would do wonders for the United States Championship picture on SmackDown. But, it is what it is. Next, we have a mic'd up moment between Tiffany Stratton, the WWE Women's Champion, taking on Charlotte Flair. I definitely love how Charlotte, she's basically, I feel like with every promo, with every, attack, during the match or after the match or backstage or in the ring, I feel like Charlotte Flair is kind of using this time ultimately to prove or trying to show Tiffany Stratton the ropes of how to be, that full blown WWE Women's Champion. Because right now, and I've talked about it before on this podcast before, Tiffany Stratton, I'm not, I don't see her as a face or a baby face or as a heel or anything like that. I feel like she does kind of lackluster a little bit. But she does need to learn. Obviously, who better to learn under than Charlotte Flair? I love the attitude that Charlotte Flair is still ultimately thinking that she is the, and she is. She's still the, she could still be the face of WWE. Will she dethrone Tiffany Stratton at WrestleMania? I'm not too sure. Right now, I'm kind of leaning, 65% Tiffany, 45%, or 35% Charlotte. But, that WWE Women's Championship, that whole title picture as well. Ever since that whole thing, Nia Jax, basically disappeared. We don't see Trish Stratus on SmackDown anymore. You don't really, Bianca Belair is too consumed with what's happening with Jade and Naomi. And Jade is busy with Naomi. Is there anybody besides Charlotte Flair that could represent that SmackDown locker room besides her and Tiffany? At this point, I feel like WWE is kind of using this as a spot to okay, let's grow Tiffany. Let's make her look, let's make her look like a formidable, upstage. Let's make her look like a rising star in WWE, which she is super talented, 1,010%. I do feel like she needs work. I do. Once when John Cena exposed Roman Reigns, quite some time ago in the middle of the ring, being like, all right, it's a promo, kid. You got to learn how to cut one. I can't leave because you can't do your job. One of those things, and maybe we'll kind of get stuck in the same predicament there. But ultimately, It was a decent promo. It was a decent promo, although Tiffany Stratton did kind of seem like a pissed off teenager on the other side of like a FaceTime phone. Like, no, no, she would constantly she'd be interrupting and stuff like that. So I was like, all right, that's cool. Braun Strowman defeats Jacob Fatu by an involuntary disqualification. Tamatonga and Solo Sikoa come in to attack Braun Strowman after Jacob Fatu looking like he's going to lose. We have tension built up between Solo and Jacob that should be pretty badass. I can't wait to see how that unfolds. LA Knight came out, defended Strowman, looked him dead in the eye. Strowman was like, I'm coming for that. And it'd be interesting to have Braun Strowman the United States champion. I'm just saying that, just putting that out loud. Piper Niven taking on Zelina Vega. It was kind of cool to kind of see Alba Fire being out there. I know that both of them are from Scotland, I believe. So the match was good. It was nice to see Zelina Vega, Zelina's first match on WWE SmackDown, kind of go a little bit. It went smooth. It went pretty damn good. But what happened to the WWE Women's Tag Team division? Once when I kind of saw Alba Fire back there, out on the side, like right on the apron, I was like, okay, I'm happy that, Isla Dawn obviously released from WWE, but I was a little concerned. I was like, with Jade and Bianca becoming WWE Women's World Tag Team Champions, right off the bat, I hated it because you have a lot of talent like the Unholy Union, like Katana Chance and Kaden Carter, that could be, something better, like PFC, like Pure Fusion Collective. Like what happened to Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark once when they had a failed thing with Sonya Deville. And, I feel like the women's tag team division, much like the tag team division on WWE Raw on the men's side, it needs help. I know, Jakara Jackson and oh my God, one of my favorite wrestlers, I can't remember her name right now, Jakara Jackson, the Metaphor Girls. I'm just going to say the Metaphor Girls. Last Legend. Damn it. I can't believe I couldn't remember Last Legend. Jakara Jackson and Last Legend obviously doing some work in WWE TNA right now, but that's NXT. They're building up some superstars like a women's tag team for the future. I would love to see like Spitfire come to WWE and kick ass. That'd be pretty freaking cool. I know Ash and Heller by Elegance right now are enjoying their TNA Knockouts World tag team reigns. So I want to see gold on Jackson and Legend though. I do. I feel like those girls are amazing. Next we have Jade Cargill losing a match against Liv Morgan. Basically based on a Naomi attack. She's been such a babyface for so long. The caution tape and all that, it's cool. She looks a little like demonized. She looks dark, looks edgy, looks cool. But I feel like this character change in Naomi is going to be developed heading into WWE WrestleMania. She's been this is something that I, kind of had a concern with 1,010% because Jade is just so overpowering. She's just such an amazing talent that, you kind of have that risk of making Naomi look like she can never, ever kind of hang in the ring with her. So this was good. This was good. We need to have more of this. We have to make Jade not look that powerful. And I know a lot of people be like, oh, Jade at this point looks kind of weak. I like it. I feel like this is great. I feel like overall this is, for the betterment to make that match at WrestleMania between her and Naomi to be like, hey, you know what, Naomi, she might actually be able to do this. So, I'm not mad at how WWE handled it on SmackDown. Street Profits defeat Los Garza, Pretty Deadly, number one contenders. Motor City Machine Guns want to fight DIY. Can't wait to see how that all falls. At the end of SmackDown, we had a confrontation between Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, and CM Punk. Rollins obviously wanted him and Roman Reigns to write another chapter in their book, but CM Punk coming out reminding that he saved Roman's family's asses. Paul Heyman looked absolutely upset once when he heard CM Punk's music, which was actually pretty badass. CM Punk kind of teasing a character change or like a backstabbing or a betrayal of Paul Heyman on Roman Reigns, basically saying how you delivered your tribal chief on a silver platter for me, which made me think, I'm like, all right, so it seems like Paul Heyman and CM Punk aren't really on the same page right now, which I kind of thought they were going to be, but more exciting, more shocking. All of them fight at separate times, point to the WrestleMania sign, We got it. We got it confirmed today on WWE Monday Night Raw. We are going to get a contract signing on SmackDown for this triple threat match. I can't wait to see it. I feel like it is WrestleMania Night 1 main event worthy. But I don't know. It should be interesting. Next, we have WWE Evolve breakdown. We're going to talk also about the top 10 women in Evolve who are absolutely kicking ass, who will find themselves on the main roster spot. In the future. So grab your favorite snack, grab your favorite ice cold beverage, and join me here in about 25 seconds. So hey, do not go anywhere.